Right, Mr. Walsh, let's do a proper sit-down interview ahead of an absolute monster weekend of action at the Allegiant Stadium. Has that sunk in yet?
Yeah, it has. Now that I'm here doing all the interviews,
Yeah.
feels real, but at the end of the day, I have a job to do, you know what I mean? I'm very focused for this fight, you know what I mean? I've been visualizing this moment since it's been announced, and all the interviews, all the hype, the build up, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything if I go out there and lose on Saturday, you know what I mean? So trying to stay as focused as I can for the fight and for the win.
I'm interested for our audience back home to get a full grip of your amazing story to this particular point, because like everybody in the world, COVID and the pandemic kind of changed the direction for a lot of people of the way their lives were going. You were an unbelievable amateur, 6-time Irish champion, heading towards the Olympics. Pandemic comes along and kind of derails everything. I want to take you back to then and what was going through your head. What were the emotions that you were feeling at that time, and how did the plan then come of upping sticks and moving to America?
Yeah, it was a crazy time, you know what I mean? Obviously, I was winning a lot of fights, you know what I mean? I was doing well. I had a clear picture in my head, of what I was going to do. And just like that, you know what I mean? Gone. Everything, all the gyms were closed, you know what I mean? I was forced to hit a bag in my grandmother's backyard, you know what I mean? I had nowhere to go and train. There was.
Your grandma's got a bag in the back garden.
I had to put one there. Yeah,
That's amazing.
I
I
put one.
thought your grandma were doing a
Yeah,
bit.
no, she used it anyway. But yeah, I had to hit a bag out there, and I was just working, you know what I mean, 7 days a week working, and had no idea really what to do, and stopped training for a while, you know what I mean. I didn't fight in there was 2 years where I didn't even fight, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to go to LA, you know what I mean. I heard that there were still pro gyms open, they were still working, and everything was going well. So yeah, went to LA, took the chance, went into Freddie Roach's gym. No intentions of turning pro. Just wanted to go and try to
Get some work.
get a head start on everyone in Ireland. You know what I mean? That was my plan. I wanted to go over there, get a few weeks of training, and come back and continue to try to qualify for Olympics. And yeah, went over and just got stuck there.
Freddie said, "Come on, lad,
Yeah,
you can do a bit." But we're talking about time. I mean, you're only 24 now, so this is what, you're 18 years of age when you're doing this. 19.
I was 19. I was 19 when I left. I went to Mexico for a couple of weeks. So I had to quarantine there, and then
Again, just explain that, because
Yeah.
Ireland was on that list of countries where you couldn't get back direct into America. So you had to bounce through other countries, didn't you?
Yeah, so I went to Tijuana, quarantined there for a couple of weeks, sparred there with some.
Were you on your own?
No, I was actually with a friend of my father's, Gary Hyde. He's a boxing
Okay.
manager and whatever. Him and his son, we went there, but they went home earlier than me. So I was there a couple of days by myself, and we trained and we sparred out there. And
I bet you that were good.
that was cool, yeah. But I had 2 years of no fights, no anything, with COVID, and then straight into Mexico sparring with pros, and it was
That's a bit of an eye opener.
that was cool though. I was walking around the place, and people were like, "Oh, you shouldn't walk around the streets by yourself." And I was like, "That's fine. I'm enjoying it while I'm here." And yeah, so I tried to cross the border, and I got sent back.
Yeah.
Twice. They told me if I try again and I get denied, I'd be banned for 10 years. But
Wow.
I tried because I tried to walk across twice in the same day. I put on the disguise,
Little fake
But
mustache.
yeah, I figured out. I waited like another couple of days, and I got a flight, and they let me in at the border when I flew in. But that's when I went to Freddie's gym and sparred my first day, and like I said, no intentions of turning pro. I trained there for a year and just got an opportunity to make my debut.
Had you met Freddie previously?
Yeah, I went to the gym when I was like 15, bought a t-shirt and all that. good stuff,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a loose connection to him.
Yeah.
Did he know that you were jumping over the Mexican border in order to get in?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But it was cool, you know what I mean? I just showed up there. The gym was just open for pros at the time.
Yeah.
And I got there on a Wednesday, and Freddie was like, "Look, if you want to train here, you're gonna have to spar today because it's sparring day." You know what I mean? So sparred my first day, showed that I could do a bit of something in it, and he was like, "Come back tomorrow." And yeah, that's what I've been doing ever since. Just come back next day.
They say the rest is history, but at that point, like you said, you're not working towards becoming a pro. You're just getting that work, trying to get ahead of everybody to qualify for the Olympics. When was the moment that we go, right, then we're going to go and be professional?
It was when I'd been there for a long time. I'd probably been there for like 8, 9 months at this stage, and everyone's like, "What are you training for? Like
Yeah, yeah.
you're just here working hard, like training for what?" And I was like, "It's just how I train. You know what I mean? This is just what I've been doing my whole life. You know, because obviously come up in the amateurs, like there's times where you're just training.
Yeah.
You're not even like don't have dates. You don't have like
Yeah.
a camp for this. You're just my life was go to the gym and train every night. You know, and that's what we always did. You know, so I was just going to the gym every day and training, and everyone's like, "What are you training for? Like you're doing strength and conditioning. You're doing this and that. Like you're ready to fight. You know, you're in good shape." And then I was like, "All right, maybe I'll look for a pro debut while I'm here, make a bit of money and go home." You know, because I think at the time, if you had under 10 pro fights, you could
Yeah.
still
Yeah, yeah.
fight in the Olympics. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just fight while I'm here. You know, and then I made my pro debut. I got the opportunity from Tom Loeffler.
How did that
Finished
come about? Was that through Freddie?
through Freddie. Yeah,
Okay.
Freddie had mentioned to Tom, you know, that he had a good Irish fighter, and finished that fight in like 20 something seconds, and I was against some nobody, like, but still at the end of the day, you know, it was like my pro debut, and good crowd showed up, and that was in the December or January, and Tom wanted to have a St. Patrick's Day show in March.
Yeah.
So then obviously with me, he wanted me to headline it or whatever, so I was like, yeah, no problem. And then after that is when he offered a contract to me.
Yeah. Because it's only about 2 or 3 fights in when the relationship with Dana White then starts, isn't it?
Yeah, because my second fight, that's when Tom gave me the contract, and the numbers looked a lot better than the fishing boats, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, you know, if I can fight 5 times a year and get paid this, it's better than going to work 7 days a week, you know?
Absolutely.
So I was like, yeah, fuck, you know, I'll turn pro while I'm here. And it was my third fight. Dana came to watch my third fight. I had another first round knockout, and after that he came on board with the Howlerhead whiskey sponsorship,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It's been flying.
it's been crazy.
I mean, I went to the show that you had at Madison Square Garden. And the way that Dana's done it, I think he's done it really intelligently, doubling it up with USC events and putting you on the Friday nights. And obviously you've just been talking about St. Patrick's nights in New York, Boston, all these types of places. I was blown away, really blown away by that night that we were there. We were in the Hulu downstairs, and the atmosphere, the fans that were coming out, you can tell that the noise and the promotion has been good, but also then you've got to go in and go and do the job in order to keep people coming back and buying the tickets, man. You built a real following over in the States.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing, you know, I have the best team in the world, you know what I mean? I have Dana, Freddie, Tom, everyone that's working to help me, but doesn't mean anything if I can't perform, you
Of
know,
course.
if I can't do my side of the deal, you know, it doesn't work, you know what I mean? You can have the best promotion, but if you're putting on boring fights, nobody cares about boring fights, especially boxing fights.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you know, I'm not like, who gives about boring boxing fights? Not even me. And I don't watch them. The UFC fans will not watch them
Yeah.
at all. So, you know, I think with me and Dana and the idea that he has, you know, I understand. I'm not going to go in there and put on a boring fight. I know I'm a massive fan of the UFC. I know what the fans want to see. I know what I want to see when I watch a fight. And there's no way I'm going to go in there and run around the ring and do this tippy tappy stuff. You know, I'm going to go in there and put on a fight. Whether I win or lose or draw, when you show up to see me fight, you're going to see a fight. You're going to get your money's worth and you're going to be entertained. And that's the main thing for me, you know. Boxing fans are very critical, you know. People, you lose one fight and it's the end of the world. I want my fan base to know whether I win or lose, you're going to be entertained. And I want people to, even if I'm co-main event or whatever, be like, our main event, you know, I'd want people coming to my fight because I'm 14-0 or because I'm 20-0.
Yeah.
I want people to say, oh, Callum Walsh is fighting, it's going to be a fight. Let's go, you know, it's going to be a good night. People are going to be drinking, people are going to be drunk, people are going to be fighting in the crowd, you know, people are going to be entertained, you know what I mean? And that's what I think the sport of boxing needs to be. It's the entertainment business.
Yeah.
It's not the undefeated business, you know what I mean? It's not the 50-0 business, you know what I mean? We're here to fight.
No, I agree, mate.
Mm.
I agree. And this weekend, again, you've got a great fight. You've got
Absolutely.
Mexican Bank Holiday weekend, Allegiant Stadium on the undercard of these two super fighters that are in the main event. And you're taking on that historic name of Vargas, which it must be a dream come true for you.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm here to do, you know what I mean? I'm here to fight. I'm here to test myself. I'd rather figure out now that I'm not good enough than another 10 years and I'm half retired from punches. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you know, if I'm not good enough to be in there, let me find out right now so I can be like, right, it's not for me. Call it a day. I don't want to be 10 years down the line, or even 5 years down the line, I'm sparring 3 days every week. I'm getting punched in the head constantly, and in 5 years get one big fight and be like, oh, I lost. I'm not good enough to be in there with the best, and maybe I'm injured. Maybe I'm taking a lot of damage over the years. I'd rather do it while I'm young.
But speaking to you, you have a belief that you believe that you are.
Oh yeah, 100%. I believe that I am.
Listen, I'm looking at them rankings in the 154-pound division, high with the IBF, high I think with the WBC and the WBO. You're in the top 15 as well. So there's opportunities here for really, really big fights. Should it go well for you on Saturday night?
I know I can be there because I've sparred with a lot of the top name guys.
Yeah,
I've been in there with them.
some big lads and proper lads come through that wild card, don't they?
Everybody, and I know what I can do. And at the end of the day, if I can't, I would rather figure out sooner than later. You know what I mean? But for me, the fighting game is all about testing myself, really knowing how good I am. At the end of my career, I don't want to be wondering if I could have beat this guy. You know what I mean? Or up all night thinking, oh, what if I just fought this fella? What if? Because I know I would be. And at least I know if I go out there and I put on a good performance and I lose a decision or whatever, at least I know that fella was better than me. I don't want to be questioning at the end of my career.
You're obviously with a Hall of Fame trainer, with Freddie, who's been there, done it, seen it, got the T-shirt, and I'm sure you have conversations along the way of where you're at on your journey. People look at 14-0, we've got a bit of time yet, but this is massive at the weekend. The amount of eyeballs that are watching this at the weekend is big for you. As I've said, those rankings are very, very high in the super welterweight division. How far do you believe that you are away from fighting for a world title?
I think with a career best performance on Saturday, I think if I put on a good performance, prove that I'm above average, prove that I can get good fighters out of there, that I'll belong with the elite fighters, that I think I'm only, after this fight, I think my name will be out there, that I will definitely be able to get a tougher fight again after this. I think only 1 or 2 more fights that I'll be able to really prove because I belong there.
Because this win could put you in a really good position for the winner of Murtazaliev and Josh Kelly. And from a British and Irish fight fan's point of view, if Josh is successful in that fight, I mean, you versus Josh for a world title, I mean, that could be massive.
Yeah, definitely. Me versus Josh is definitely a good fight. You know what I mean? Any English-Irish fight, is always, that's going to be a good fight, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I'm not worried about calling out fighters, not worried about who I fight, at the end of the day, like I said, put someone in front of me and I'll go in there and I'll try my best, and if I win, happy days, you know what I mean? And if not, at least I'll know he was better than me.
Are the Olays going to be ringing around the Allegiant at the weekend?
Hopefully, you know what I mean? I know it's not cheap to come out here to Vegas, you know what I mean? It's definitely not cheap, especially for this show. There's not a cheap ticket in there, you know what I mean? And hopefully, you know what I mean? I know a lot of my old amateur coaches, there's a lot of them coming out, you know what I mean? Family coming, my grandmother's coming, you know what I mean?
With a bag?
Yeah, I was just bringing the bag, in case no, she left it up in case I need to go back. But yeah, she's coming. I think there'll be a lot of Irish. There's a lot of Irish Americans around the place too. You know what I mean? I think if we can get a good old Saturday night.
Good man. Listen, just to finish off, you just bought a farm, haven't you? You just moved house.
Yeah.
The chickens. Yeah. You got them sorted. You got the goats.
Yeah.
You're really setting up on me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm setting up shop. You know what I mean? I want to be be ready for anything, you know what I mean? There's zombie apocalypse or something, I'll be ready, you know what I mean? I'll have my whole place set up. End of the world, I'll be ready, you know what I mean? I'll have chickens if I have to eat them or whatever. But no, yeah, things are going well, you know what I mean? Bought the farmhouse, I haven't moved yet, because obviously the fight and everything.
Yeah.
Just got the keys on Saturday. So I have a lot of work to do, and been pushing for a cow for my bonus. That's what I've been pushing for. I've said it on every interview so far. You know,
most people are after a few quid. No, you're saying no. Buy us a cow.
Two cows. So that's what I'm pushing for my bonus. You know, so we'll see it. Fight night performance tonight. 2 cows is all I want.
All the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.